There's this unique kind of quiet that only happens between midnight and sunrise. And when you work the night shift, you're pretty much the guardian of that silence. You're alone in a building that's supposed to be totally empty, just watching the rest of the world sleep. And in that quiet, boy, you start to notice things.
And that really is the heart of it, isn't it? That low hum from a fluorescent light, the sudden click of a heater kicking on. These are the sounds that are supposed to be comforting. But when you're alone for hour after hour, that comfort can kind of curdle into something else entirely. Your mind just starts to race. What if that sound wasn't normal? What if that shadow in the corner wasn't just a shadow?
So, for most people, the night shift starts out okay. It's predictable. You're at a small hotel, a quiet gas station. The solitude is honestly part of the appeal. It's just you, maybe a book, and the low hum of the building breathing around you. It's a peaceful gig, until it isn't.
8 hours. Just think about that for a second. 8 solid hours where the minutes just stretch and the outside world feels like it's a million miles away. Yeah, time, it moves differently in that deep, deep quiet. Each tick of the clock on the wall feels louder, more intentional.
That's really the core of it all. You're the only one there. So if a guest needs a key, you're there. If a traveler needs gas, you're there. And if something goes terribly wrong, well, you're still the only one there.
But the quiet is never really silent, It's filled with the building's normal rhythm. The buzz from the soda cooler, the little creaks of the whole structure settling. You learn these sounds. They kind of become your only friends in the dark. You know what belongs, which is what makes it so bone-chilling when a sound comes along that just doesn't.
And then it happens. The predictable rhythm gets shattered by a single, sharp sound that has absolutely no business being there. It's like a crack in the calm, and right through that crack, this cold, heavy dread just starts to pour in.
So, imagine this. You're working at some small, rural motel. It's 2 in the morning, it's completely dead. Then, all of a sudden, the bell on the front desk rings out, sharp and loud. So you get up, you walk over to the lobby, and there's nobody there. The glass doors show a totally empty parking lot and a dark, silent road. You write it off, right? Just your mind playing tricks on you. But then, 10 minutes later, it rings again. So let's just walk through this, because you can literally feel the dread building, layer by layer. It starts with a weird vibe, a guy who stares just a little too long. Then he's back, just sitting there. He's not on his phone, he's not sleeping, he's just staring at a TV that isn't even on. The real terror kicks in when you check the computer. There's no record of this guy. The credit card he gave you? Stolen. He was never a guest. He just pretended to be, to get inside the building with you, and he's been there, somewhere in the halls, for hours.
Okay, so let's shift gears a little, because sometimes the threat isn't a mystery at all. Sometimes the real horror comes from knowing, with absolute certainty, that you are being watched, and that the person watching you has been paying very, very close attention.
So picture this, a remote gas station. Out in the dark, just past the edge of the overhead lights, there's a car. It's brand new, no license plates, and the engine is running. You can't see who's inside, but you know someone's there. And you just know they're not there for gas. And then the person watching you makes their move. He comes inside, and his words just confirm your worst fear. This isn't random. He's noticed a pattern. No, he's noticed you. He's not just a customer, he's an observer. And you're his subject.
That's when your blood just turns to ice, right? You're not wearing a name tag. How could he possibly know your name? And then he tells you. He's seen your handwriting on that little whiteboard by the coffee machine, the way you dot your I's. This guy isn't just watching, he's studying you. He's analyzing the tiniest details of your life. And this just shows how deep his obsession goes. Look, this is not something a random customer would ever notice. This is your private safety ritual, that little thing you do to feel secure when you're all alone. And he knows it. He has been watching you long enough and close enough to see the things you do when you think nobody is looking.
And then comes the proof. One night, you come back from a quick break, and there's a Polaroid sitting on the counter. It's a picture of you, taken just moments before from the darkness behind the station. It's up close, way too close. He's not just watching, he's sending you a message. I can get to you anytime. I'm always there, even when you can't see me.
Right, so this whole cat and mouse thing, it can't go on forever. Sooner or later, the hidden threat steps out from the shadows.
The quiet observation becomes an active confrontation, and that psychological fear becomes terrifyingly real. Okay, let's jump back to that motel with the ringing bell. It's rung twice. You've checked, you've found nothing. But when it rings for the third time, you're not scared anymore. You're kind of pissed. You decide you are going to catch whoever is doing this.
So you don't go back to the break room. No, you sit in the main lobby right behind the desk in the dim light. You turn everything else off. You just sit there and you listen. The only sound is the loud tick, tick, tick of the clock on the wall. You're just waiting for them to slip up.
15 minutes go by, then 20. Your eyes are getting heavy, and you start to think, okay, maybe I am just going crazy. Maybe they left. You let your guard down for just a fraction of a second. And that's when you see it. Right there, in front of you. A hand, reaching up from under the desk you are sitting at. The person wasn't outside playing a prank. They were inside, the whole time, hiding inches from your feet. In a flash, you bolt, you slam the back office door, and you dial 911, and your mind is just screaming, he was right there. He was right there with you in the quiet the whole time.
So what was the fallout? Well, at the motel, the intruder managed to slip away just as the police arrived. At the hotel, the fake guest was arrested for trespassing. And Paul, the gas station stalker, he was arrested too. And in his car, police found a notepad filled with notes about his target's schedule, her clothes, even her groceries. The threats were absolutely real.
But an arrest, it doesn't just erase the experience. It doesn't fix what was broken. The terror of those nights leaves this permanent echo. It changes how you see the world, and it especially changes how you feel about the quiet.
And this is what's left behind. This is what that fear creates. A new normal. A constant state of high alert. It's holding your keys between your fingers like a weapon whenever you walk to your car. It's never feeling like you can relax, even in your own home. And the job you took for the peace and quiet? You have to quit. You can't work nights anymore. That trust you had in the quiet is just gone.
And that is the real damage, isn't it? The solitude you once found so peaceful is now menacing. Every creak of the floorboards, every shadow in the corner feels like a potential threat. The silence isn't empty anymore. It feels like it's holding its breath, just waiting.
We all have those quiet places we go to feel safe, our sanctuaries. But what happens when that sanctuary gets violated? What do you do when the very thing you searched for to find comfort becomes the source of your deepest fears? When the quiet is no longer safe, where do you hide?